Hey guys, so today's thought of the day is about rest. So before I get into the passage that we're going to be looking at, I just want to say I know that maybe for some of you guys in this time of Corona, although you're not physically at school, you are still having to study and do lots of homework and various things. And so maybe for you, the days do feel quite busy. And I just want to say, if you are feeling overwhelmed or stressed about that, then this message is for you. And actually, God wants to give you this time to rest. And I know you may have things that you feel you need to do, but just I feel like God's been really speaking to me about distractions. And actually, sometimes we can get so distracted by the things going on around us. Maybe for some of you, because there's no normal routine to your day, like maybe it's because it's so different to what you were doing before. In this time, maybe you're studying and then you're going to Netflix and then you're doing this and that, and those things are great to do, but sometimes those things can be distractions, and amongst the busyness, amongst all those things, we can kind of forget to spend time with God and to have that time of quietness, which I think is really important. And I do think God has given us this time, although it's been hard in Corona, for rest, to be released from the busyness of this world. And this time, it's so special because we may not get this time again. And yeah, but I just want to encourage you also for working so hard, for studying and still learning. So the passage we're looking at is from Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31, and it says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not go weary. They will walk and not be faint." So this verse is so important, because when we try and do things in our own strength, we can grow tired and get weary. And actually, God is reminding us that when we put our hope in Him, when we take time out with Him, He gives us that supernatural strength. He gives us that ability to keep going. And He wants us to sit with Him sometimes and just give Him all these burdens. Maybe you're feeling so overwhelmed and so stressed by what's going on, and actually He is the one that's going to carry you through. But if you run to these other things, other distractions, and get so caught up with your tasks, your day-to-day tasks that maybe you still have to do, it can feel so heavy. And yeah, He gives you that strength and that power. It's amazing. He says, you will soar on wings like eagles. Like He'll give you that freedom and that peace. And also in the Bible, there were many times that Jesus Himself, like He is the Son of God, but even for Him, He had to take time out to rest. And there were times where He got really popular in the crowds. A lot of people wanted to be healed, and He did amazing wonders and miracles. But He even says that He had to say to disciples, look, let's take time out. Let's just take time out and just rest. And He had to be away from the crowd sometimes. And that's Jesus. So how much more important is it for us to take that time out with God? And Jesus prayed to God the Father all the time. That was His source of strength. And for us, it's so important that we go to Him. And so the ways we can do that is just by reading the Word, reading the Bible, praying, carving out that time. And sometimes it might just be putting on a worship song, being still. It's so important. Sometimes we feel like we've got to be doing something active, but actually sometimes just being quiet and giving ourselves time to hear from God is just as important. And even if it's like 5 minutes, that rest, you might find that actually although you felt like you had lost some time in the day, God's going to give you more time. You're going to gain more time because you'll now have the strength to do those things you need to do. But actually, when we don't spend time with God, in our spirit can sometimes grow weary. And it's like the whole thing of how important is it that we like drink water, for example. Like, you know, you can feel when you start to get dehydrated, everything else gets affected after that. And, you know, you're so thirsty, and in that moment you have that sip of water, oh, you just feel so refreshed and you feel like you can go on with your day. And like with God, when we spend time with him, we get filled up by the Holy Spirit. That is like our source of hydration. We need him, we need to be filled up by him, because it's when we run dry that you can feel burnt out and weary. So my challenge for you guys, I guess, is to intentionally carve out time in your day, each day, even for now, if it's small amount of time, it's fine, and dedicate that time to God. And, you know, don't worry about all those other things you need to do, just give that time to him. Maybe for some of you it's easier to do it in the morning, maybe it's easier for some of you to do it in the evening. I personally think doing it in the morning is amazing, because it just, you know, first thing, before you even think about anything else, before you look at your phone or social media, before you write your to-do list or whatever, just give God that first, you know, 5 minutes. Just pray to him, thank him, it's really important, but also just ask him, just give your day to him and ask him to help you through this day. And I feel like that sets you off on the right track as well. And then the more you do that, the more you have this routine and this balance of kind of like work and rest, and it's so important. And God loves you guys, and he just wants to help you in this time. So my challenge for you is to find that time in your day, once every day, just to spend time with God, and he'll give you that rest and that strength. Okay, bye.